Hey guys, it's me. Um, my YouTube's been pretty good all day today, but Neon Demons came up, and I remember that movie. I remember watching that movie and how, you know, they wanted a piece of her. So, if you haven't seen the Demon, it's she gets eaten up anyway because they wanted to steal her essence. There was something about her, like she had like star quality. There was something, you know, very interesting about her, and she knew it, but I mean, I don't know. It's just a movie, but even still, like it's popping up on my feed constantly a lot, and it has like subliminal things in it, you know, but whatever. Um, I, s- I've seen that movie, and you know, um, there's some parts I can relate to that movie, to a certain extent. But I'm the kind of person to where like I'm like, I don't like people acting that way around me. Like, why the fuck are you acting that way? Like, to me, it's like, because I don't go into a situation where I kind of want to be this other person. I kind of like myself. I kind of love myself. These people that crave to be other people, especially in this movie, they're kind of like borderline personalities. They don't got that star quality because they're dead. They're superficial people. They don't have that, quality about themselves that makes them unique. They try to steal it from other people or eat it from other or eat them or something. It's a very interesting movie. And I think that goes if you're like a model and you're living on the West Coast, I'm sure that goes on a lot. But the way that the movie is, it's very exaggerated. But the the carnage that goes into um treating that one that's the new one, the one that's innocent, and she was the kind of, she had that innocent quality about her onto that scene. She didn't know, she has no clue, but she kind of knew that she was just, a couple levels up higher than, you know the ones that were already there. So I don't know. I mean, I kind of get that. And um, I don't know. I think I would have to say that a female would be the most vicious person if they were very jealous of a person, of another female. I would say that that one wants to copycat the other one. And I've had several, you know, people in my life do that, you know, um, because they're just like, they're not, they're, they're, I would have to say that would be somebody with a borderline personality disorder, where they kind of, um, imitate the other person, or, try to take their traits, try to steal their essence. You can't steal somebody's traits. You can't steal someone's essence. Those are the genetic makeup and how they grew up, and all the elements that went into that, to that person. How, if they went to church a lot, it all, it's all that person. The morals, the integrity. I would have to say that, you know, the the main character in that movie was new to everything. She didn't know really what was going on, but she just, you know, was a natural, kind of a natural. I don't know. Mm. But I would say that women, even in today, like reality, um, other than the movie, they would be the most vicious when it comes to um, being jealous and envious. You know, they're the ones that, that's a person that's very unhealed. That's a person that needs to really, really like get some help. They need to get help, like ASAP. So, and then all their projections, like this is a projection as well, unless they've went down into my, Facebook. I think I had posted something in my Facebook, you know, about the Neon Demon, but it's a very interesting movie, and I think it kind of goes over the top when it comes to, women's behaviors around like very stunning women or women that stand out or whatever. They're jealous and envious, and they'll stop at nothing to destroy that person, even if it's at the end of the movie and they're gonna eat her. And the girl threw up the girl's eyeball. Seriously, it's a it's very weird. And the girl that's like in, kind of, they buried her in the yard, and then the girl's laying down in in the in the grave, like, because they're like, haha, we have a piece of her. Like, it's almost like that, but it's almost like, how Jesus, he's done past, he's in heaven with his father, with God, and there's like the shroud of Jesus. And people kind of like, when they go and see the shroud, it's kind of having a piece of Jesus, like it's kind of like that. It's kind of like that, but you know um yeah, it's it's kind of like that. And in some ways it's kind of like, um excuse me, whereas, a man that, is infatuated or is obsessed over a woman, and um he doesn't know how to get her attention because she's like clueless on, like, if he's like, if if that man has romantic, you know feelings for her. So what does he do? He like hurts her to get her attention. Like two kids in the playground, she's playing, and then he comes up and hits her on the head with a baseball bat and runs away and says, I love you. It's like that. It's like very weird behavior. And, you know, um, I would wish, I just want my, I would just want my feed normal, you know, I just want my feed normal. But this is my take on the Neon Demon. I would say it's a good movie, but then again, it really goes like off kilter where it's very dramatic. I mean, it's devastation at the end, how they corner her and they hurt her and all that. She did nothing because she was just herself. You understand? Like, very special people go through that shit. We don't like going through that shit. We hate going through that shit. You know? but it happens more a lot. So, um, and the girls that took her, took, her body parts and stuff like that, they don't have any remorse for doing it. They actually, they actually are happy you know, it's kind of sick though, but it's not too far from how people really, act. So, all right, that was just my take on the Neon Demon. So, whatever. All right, guys, that's it.